Hey guys, it's your girl Jalicia and I am back with another video. Yes, now today I want to talk about separating them locks. Now when I say separating locks, I mean when you're washing your locks, especially when you don't have a retwist, you definitely want to separate those locks by pulling them apart. Now I am going to show you me actually attempting this, even though I separate my locks regularly, so very rarely do they marry together. But I definitely want to discuss it. Now as you guys know, I do hair all the time, so I see a lot of different types of locks, various different stages of locking. And I have noticed that nobody separates, okay? I'm the only one that separates my hair. Now let me just say this, separating hurts, okay? It's no way around it, and that's the reason why a lot of people don't do it, but it's necessary to keep your locks in uniform order. Now, I would never, ever, ever separate my hair dry, okay? That hurts like a mofo, okay? I don't know who these people are that retwist their hair dry, style their hair dry, different things like that, but I cannot do that, okay? I always spritz my hair with water because you guys know I don't retwist as often as it looks like, but every time I manipulate my hair in any way, I spritz it with water or moisten it in some way, just a tad bit, so that it's easier to maneuver. You know, with having locks, it's like having single braids. There's a bunch of different hair going different ways, honey. So you got to make sure that especially the roots are moisturized a little bit, just so that it doesn't hurt you. Now, most people separate their locks after they wash it. That's when I recommend anyone out there, all of us do-it-yourselfers, that's when I recommend that you separate your locks, because anything other than that is hurtful and can damage your hair depending on how long it's been since your last separating. Okay? Now let me go ahead and show you guys how I separate my hair. It's very simple. You don't need anything but a little bit of water if your hair is not freshly washed, and your hands. Check it out. Alright, now clearly the back of my hair is not retwisted. My hair is dry, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna say it's wet. Okay? All you have to do, if you see hair you see all these roots, that's what sticks together. Literally pull it apart. See that? And that's all you do to separate it. See all these roots? That's what happens when your hair grows out. See that? Okay, so you see it's nothing difficult. Now as you can see from the clip, my roots were definitely not done. So you see all that loose hair standing around the area, which probably happens to your hair when you don't retwist as well. Now that is what you're separating, because those roots are loose. They have a tendency to mingle up with all kind of different locks. They don't care about what lock you say it's supposed to be in. It's going to go in whatever one it wants to, okay? So you definitely have to separate to keep them in order, keep your roots and your loose ends intact with the lock that it's supposed to be in, and stop your hair from matting together. The matting is what we're separating the locks from doing. Now, I know someone's going to ask, if you don't separate your locks, what's going to happen is, if you're someone that goes to a salon, once you get your retwist, it's going to hurt like hell because they're going to drag it apart. I found that most stylists don't care if it hurts you, they'll just snatch it apart. And in some cases, I myself have had to cut it apart, okay? If you don't separate it and you're the type of person that does not retwist your locks, it could, and I have had this happen where the entire back portion of your locks from here up as far as the root go is mat together, where if you move this right here like this side moves as well. Ooh, did I shake loose my pen? Yes, I did. Okay, I have had someone's entire back portion of their head move at the same time because the roots are so matted together, and I've had to cut them apart. You definitely can do that, especially if you have a stylist that knows what she's doing. but you can and probably will lose locks. It's just something that you can't save all the time. So you definitely don't want your hair to become like that. For all of those freeformers out here, I know you're like, well, girl, I'm a freeformer. Okay, we don't retwist, we don't part our locks, we don't do all that, which is fine. But you still have to separate your locks to keep them as single locks. Now, if you're freeforming and you on that Bob Marley tip, then let your hair mesh together. I mean, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Just not on my head. But that's your end result if you do not separate your hair. Now, honestly, I didn't even feel like making this video was necessary because I feel like separating your locks is common sense, but a lot of people don't do it. You'd be surprised at the amount of people that I service that don't wash their hair at all unless I do it, which is fine because I separate. But I have a lot of other clients that come to me every 3 months, and then they're like, oh my God, why is my hair stuck together? And I'm like, sweetie, you have to separate your locks when you wet it. Even if you're not washing, let's say you're someone that works out, you need to separate your locks at some point. And unfortunately, you know, some of us work out 7 days a week, which is great, but you definitely need to 3 or 4 times out of that week separate that hair. It's that important. Yeah, so I just wanted to come in and really quick just share that with you. If you have any questions or concerns in reference to separating, she don't think you will, but if in fact you do, definitely leave them down below. If you've had a bad experience or good experience with separating, let us know down below. You know we're here to share. And I definitely want to go ahead and just show you that really quick. Alright? Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
She works hard for the comments, so you better hit that like.